Alright. I am not sure what happened, but I think when I turned the camera around, even though on my camera end I was still streaming, Twitch ended the stream. So note to self, do not turn camera around when streaming because Twitch will end stream. Good to know. Alright. I'll make this work. I'm gonna make this work. Okay. Let's see what you're looking at on Twitch. Okay, so on Twitch, am I streaming live? Okay, kind of weird. Because on Twitch, apparently, I am not streaming. This is weird. Let's go to my account. Okay, no, I'm here. I'm not sure what happened. But I'm here. Twitch has found me. This is a better position. I will, when I've got some money coming in, I will buy myself a camera arm, so it'll be easier to do this. But let me let's get started with this. Don't you see all my mess on my table? Let's bring this a little closer. Let's push this back a little bit. Alright, we is cooking with gas. This is much better, because then I can just do my thing, right? Okay, so let me find my squiggly wigglies. Let me find my squiggly wiggly pigs. Putty rubber. Oh, so let's resume play on this whole Tinted Swindle. This geezer had the audacity to be like tricking these women. He put so much hard-earned effort into swindling these women at thousands of pounds of money. And he kept doing it repeatedly over and over again. And basically, he had the bright idea. Again, gonna spoil this if you haven't watched the Tinted Swindle on Netflix. I'm talking about this. My man was using one woman's money, the previous woman that he had met. He was using her money to pay for the next woman's I don't even know how to say it, enjoyment. You know what I mean? So he'd meet one woman, swindle her up, and then like meet a next woman and be using the previous woman's money. I just feel like, first of all, I never think of doing these things. I'm always like trying to figure out Is there something I can make, a product I can make? Is there like videos I could do to help people where I can make money? But no, apparently you just gotta scam people up. And what was interesting, right, about this case is that like the woman who kind of like put an end to it. Have you got a big wire? Oh no, you can't see a big wire. The woman who put an end to it, who was like, nah, I have to end this. This woman, she had taken out loans after loans after loans after loans to help this guy. And she was doing it out of the loving kindness of her heart. Like, he showed her this lavish life and she thought she had met someone stable. And then he asked her to move in with him. You know what I mean? And then he's like, yo, can you help me out? I'm having some problems. And then he spun her some yarn about how, because he said he worked in the diamond trade and he's got enemies in the diamond trade. And his enemies are trying to find him and like sabotage him and his business. And he can't get access to his money. And can she help? And this woman's falling for this guy. And she's like, of course, I'm your woman now. I will help you. I don't know. I know what it's like to... I've been in a position where a position with a guy where he is literally... He's lied about his background. He lied about having someone in his life before I met him. I've been in a position where I've been fooled for quite a long period of time by someone. And I know what it feels like. And I feel like when I was watching this and she got the points where she got angry, where she was like he just lied. Like, how could you be so cruel? I got that. I felt that. I'm like... I really think that when people do stuff like this, when I think things like this, moves like this by men is what gives men a bad rep, right? And I think when a person tricks you and makes you feel like a fool, that has lasting emotional effects on your life. Your trust level goes through the roof. You just assume everyone's swindling you. You're so embarrassed. You don't want to tell people what's going on because you don't want to look like basically an idiot. And then like all you're doing night after night is asking yourself how you could be so gullible to fall for someone who's lying to you. And then you start looking back at all of the things that person said to you, all of the places they say they were and it didn't quite make sense, or the sounds you heard in the background when they were talking to you. Like, once you start unraveling the truth, it sort of becomes obvious that this person was like had like a whole other life that you didn't know about. But that has really long lasting effects on your sense of insecurity, your sense of self-worth. I don't know. I feel like it's lucky he didn't meet me, because if he had met me on Tinder, he's not my type. But if he had met me on Tinder, it would have been a waste of time. Like, I do not have that kind of money to be sending to people. Do you know what I mean? And what I don't understand is how was he selecting these women? Like, how was he knowing? What was his system to figure out if the person he was speaking to was someone who could be paying for his lavish lifestyle? I just don't know, like, what was his, like, system? Because if you've been on these dating apps, you never really know, you never know who you're getting involved with. But I don't know, I just don't assume that I just don't assume that people have got time to do that to me. I just, like, when you go onto these dating apps, which I've stopped using now because, you know, I've realized that that is not for me. So I stopped using dating apps ages ago. But like ages ago I stopped using dating apps. But you go in there with the like sole intent to meet someone, and you just don't know what the other person's intentions are when you're on there. And it's already scary enough that you don't know who you're talking to, and you're so kind of like reserved about giving any information about yourself out. But to know that Mans is on Tinder using that like as like a space to swindle, that's some scary shit. And he proper, I mean, when he was telling his woman, is the girl that he's like, the first girl that we know of, because there was nothing in it. But when he was telling his woman how like, oh, things are really bad, people are chasing me down, there's like been security breaches, people are sabotaging my bank accounts, my bodyguards. Oh, it's saying that my connection is a poor connection. Hold on, let me close some of these. I'm gonna close some of these tabs on my computer because might be the reason why my internet is slowing down. See if that does it. It's telling me poor connection. Well, that's the connection I've got. This is what I've got, Twitch. Alright, that might have done it. Yeah. He's telling this girl, yo, I'm out here, people are chasing me down. This is the lifestyle of someone who's in the diamond trade. He told her that he was his father was this like a tycoon of this very well known diamond company. And Mans is going in on the lies, like basically he's going in on the lies. He's not even trying to calm it. And I'm just like, I don't know how you would feel comfortable to tell those kind of lies when we have so much access to the internet now. I just feel like it feels as though it's easy to figure out who's scamming you and who's not. But you watch this program, you think, yeah, no, it's still quite easy for someone to scam you, as long as they give you just about enough information and they do it in such a way you can be scammed. And it's like it's worrying. It's worrying. And these women are in debt. My woman, I think, racked up 250,000 or plus. And what he did, which was clever, like put in their names on the credit cards, and him using the credit card money. That was clever, because in a court of law, it just looks like they paid for things for him. There's no real proof that he had anything to do with them building up this debt. I think that's deep. I really feel like I don't know how people can sleep at night. I don't know, like, how can you sleep at night knowing you just you're swindling some woman in a whole nother country. And he wasn't even, the thing what kills me is this man is like swindling these women for thousands, and apparently, you know what I mean, he's been doing this like for millions. He's been swindling millions. He's probably racked up millions and millions of swindles over the years, because he's been doing it to different women. But at the end of this show, the audacity for this man to be so broke that he was living in a hostel is ridiculous to me. It's like, how can you be that broke? You spent all that time swindling and dwindling and eating. My man was eating lavish. Like, he was eating things that you could only dream about. Going to restaurants, getting into places that you could only dream about. Living proper lifestyle. And at the end of it, he has nothing. I just feel like, just for the sake of people's not money being used in vain, put a little something aside, innit? Now I'm thinking about it. Maybe it's because he used women's credit cards. I don't know. I just feel like, I guess, where would you put all that cash? And he was traveling. I guess, where would you put all that cash? If you racked it up, where would you put it? Because I guess he couldn't open a bank account in any country because he was still known by the police for fraud. Like, he had done some stuff. I can't remember what the man did years ago. Oh, he swindled a family in Israel out of some money. And I think that's what he ended up going down for. So maybe it would have been difficult for him to get a bank account because he was on the run for that. But he had an Instagram account. Like, you could follow this man. Oh my god! And the killer thing. To like, he went to prison for 15 months, but he only served 5. He's never been convicted for swindling these women. These women have to pay off their own debts, right? And my man has come out of prison and started has like put together a course on on business and finance. On business and finance, which I have to say, when you watch some of these videos with these men, like on YouTube, when you get those YouTube videos that come up and it says, and the guy's got like a Ferrari and he's talking to you and he's walking through his house and he's going past his swimming pool, all of that is done marketing wise to really trigger the individuals who want that kind of lifestyle. It's done purposely. And I always think to myself, you know what I mean, now that I'm fully versed that people on Instagram literally pretend to have a particular lifestyle front in. Sometimes those guys on there selling those courses, I really feel like it's a con. I really feel like man's is conning people out of money. And I also feel like his swindling is probably best suited to that kind of setup, and it would seem as though that's what's actually happening. Oh, my Wi-Fi is going a bit twiddly woodly. I have frozen. Oh, here we go. My Wi-Fi is jumping back and forth. Just checking to see what you're seeing. Okay, seems to be alright. Yeah, those courses, I always think like so it would seem like his scamming and the way that he liked to scam is absolutely perfect to be selling those kind of courses, like to people who want to be high rollers. Like, and in that video, the videos that he's putting up on Instagram, they're exactly the same kind of format that you see those information guys do. Like when they say, oh, and £250, £250. Look at me, I'm a low roller. To make your first 250 grand in 7 weeks, and then they come out with like the what's it called, the Ferraris. He did that in his video at the end, so it's sort of like, I feel like he's really matched his scam to like his target audience has changed, and it's probably the best audience for him. But I don't know, man. I just feel like that same woman that he scammed, at least she said she's back on Tinder. She's back out there looking for love, so she obviously worked through it. But I'm just like, if someone asks me, and maybe it's because I did not grow up rich, right? Did not grow up wealthy, very humble. We were actually very poor, right? And still out here trying to make money, right? If mans is asking me to take out to loan him money, that is red flag number 1. I really feel like anybody who can ask you for money after only knowing you for 4 weeks of a relationship. Oh, my internet's really jumping today. right back. Any man who asks you for money after only knowing you for 4 weeks, that is red flag numero uno. That is a red flag right there. Why is he feeling comfortable to ask you for money after 4 weeks? Why? Why is he feeling comfortable to do that? But I don't know. That's what I think. Being from Hackney really keeps me grounded when it comes to people. Not that I don't trust anybody, but I'm just a little bit. I would like to say I'm a little bit harder to scam, but like I said, you know what I mean. I've been lied to for a long time. Like I've had a situation where I was lied to for a very long time. So I'm not impervious to it. But money is a thing for me. Money's like, nah, why you asking me for money, bruh? Why asking me for money? Is this how life is gonna be? Because I'm thinking, what would you do if you didn't meet me? You would have asked someone else. That would be my first thing I said. First thing I would think to myself is, okay, so you've known me for 4 weeks, right? And if I look at your pictures on Instagram, you look like you were constantly traveling around the globe, right? You look like you're doing okay. You look like you have a friend. You've known me for 4 weeks. Why are you asking me to lend you money? Why am I the person you're asking? That doesn't make no sense. That's the first thing I would think of is what? You don't have no friend. You're just asking me. But those are the ways of the Hackney girl. So this warm-up piggy isn't feeling like a warm-up piggy because I've approached it in a way that would suggest I'm actually doing a sketch. So I'm not feeling warmed up. I'm just feeling slightly stressed out. If I wanted to do it as a warm-up, then I would be making more commitment lines, which I'm about to do. I might come back and draw this piggy because I really like it. But yeah, this is not a warm-up sketch. A warm-up sketch takes 2 or 3 minutes. And I am treating this pig like I'm about to put him on my wall. So, my fault. It should have just been a quick sketch. Nothing fancy. Just enough. It should have been a quick sketch. And I did wrong here. I approached it wrong. But no matter. It's just something to get my hands warm. Normally what I would do if I was doing a quick sketch is I would it wouldn't be as detailed as this. So I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use my pen to change the mood. Because if I keep going, this is gonna take over the drawing for the CASSORARY, and that's not what I want. So yeah, man is swindling women's out of money. It's sad. It's sad. It's not nice being lied to. Yeah, I was getting too serious with this one. Not the best subject for a warm-up sketch. I hope you've had a nice Valentine's Day. I was blessed with my orchid turning 6 today, so I bought an orchid for myself on Valentine's Day 6 years ago today. I was going through a moment of If you want to be treated well, you have to treat yourself well first. If you want flowers, you have to buy yourself some flowers. Don't be waiting on no one to give you the flowers. You go buy yourself flowers. So I did. And she's been with me for 6 years. She started, she doesn't normally bloom as early as December, but in December I saw buds coming and I was like, oh wow, this is not like orchid. My orchid is genderless. I refer to my orchid as orchid. So she, he doesn't have a gender. So I was like, oh, orchid's coming in a little fast, a little early. It's not like her. And I was kind of worried. I was a little bit worried. I'm a diligent plant mama, and I was a little bit worried that my orchid was coming in hot. Little did I know she was coming in hot so that on Valentine's Day I would have a bloom. So normally what I do on Valentine's Day is I buy myself some chocolates, buy myself a nice bouquet of flowers, and then proceed to watch a movie. I make a nice dinner for myself. I just treat myself good, you know. I thought Valentine's Day, I thought the 14th was Tuesday, not Monday. So I woke up to a message this morning wishing me happy Valentine's, and that's how I knew today was Valentine's Day. That's not the reason why I don't have my chocolates. So I can't get out and about yet for myself. So I knew Valentine's Day was coming, and I did feel, I'm not gonna lie, I felt a little low but not being able to do my Valentine's ritual for myself. And I thought, oh, I'm gonna have to order something online if I really want to have the kind of Valentine's that I like having. But then that didn't happen because there's been a lot going on. So I secretly was hoping that orchid would bloom and I would get flowers for Valentine's Day. So when I saw her bringing up the buds in December, I was just concerned because I was like, that it does not feel like something she would normally do. And I was worried that she would bloom and I wouldn't have a bloom for Valentine's Day because I can't get out and buy flowers. So I was just a bit like, oh. But she was just preparing to give me what I wanted for Valentine's Day. So that's very nice. So I had flowers today. Her blooms are beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So that's nice. Pigs actually are more difficult to draw than I gave pigs credit. They also have baggy eyes. Bags under their eyes, which I never realised that before. Bags under their eyes and kick-ass eyelashes. No. It's a bit wonky donks. Like I said, it's just a warm up before we get into this CASSORARY. This also is not the best reference photo. Can't quite get the shape of this face. It's very, I didn't notice that their chins were so, their chinny chins were so V-shaped. Did not know that. That would do. I've totally done the V shape wrong. I did the V wrong, so it's changed the perspective of the drawing. Oh, no matter. And this piggy looks like he's smiling, and that's because his nose goes into. Oh, I did not know that. He's got like a little shadow underneath. I feel like if I don't get the eyes of anything I'm drawing, then I haven't really captured what I'm drawing, and I haven't really got the eyes here. If I can put this other. Your ears are so big. You can see the eyes are too. The eyes are weird though, because they're black. They just look like little black balls. That will do as a warm up. come back and do a pig actually. Might be a good challenge. No, I messed up the eyes, but the eyes are like, I did the eyes going this way, and I should have done the eyes. I should have done the eyes because it's a front perspective, so I should have done the eyes coming down like that. They're coming down, but they're also going up, so it's sort of like they're going around like that. But they're not that prominent. So that is my warm-up sketch. I like to write down where my sketches were from. So I think I'm ready to jump on this CASSORARY now. But yeah, it might be nice to come back and like play with pigs. It could be cute, that could be cute. Practice the eyes. I have to draw pigs a couple of times. I can't stand when people do things to hurt other people and they're not brought to justice. I really can't stand. That guy doesn't seem like he served, oh, my nails are all jagged up. He served less time and he's out here back buying shit on credit cards. He seems to be living his life, you know? Oh, it's time for some mood lighting. I like drawing. A little bit of mood. Stretch. Oops. This internet's not happy today. I was waiting for my internet to settle down a little bit. It's jumping around. It not happy. Okay, I'm gonna have a little stretch. Before I get into this cassowary. Oh, I thought maybe we can learn a little bit more about it tonight. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Stretch breaks are so necessary. Alright. Let's get a little something to nibble before I continue. I reckon I'm not doing my eyes any good drawing with just one singular light on, but I like the mood in here. It's more relaxed when I've got one light on. So tempted to just leave this light off. Also, I'm going to treat myself to an almond slice. And some juice. Do I want an almond slice or do I want some pineapple chunks? Thinking pineapple chunks would go down very nice right now. Also, I think I'm hungry because I haven't had dinner yet. I'm a bit hungry. I'm going to have an almond slice and some juice and then sit and give this another half an hour. And then make myself some dinner. Okay. Oops. Have my almond slice. Get my back support sorted. So something I learnt about cassowaries, the mound on top of their head, when I saw it, I thought it was a nail. It just reminded me of a nail. And I did some Googling, and I'm right, it is a nail. It has a spongy center of this bit here, but it's encased in keratin. So, like a fingernail. And it is believed that it is used to draw the attention of a mate. But when I was drawing this the other night, I was like, this looks like a chicken. Cassowaries are giving me chicken vibes. I'm like, is this like a descendant of the chicken? I haven't Googled that. That's what I think. Alright, I've had a little bit of almond slice. I don't normally eat around things that I'm drawing. Well, let's do a bit of this then. Get positioned. Get a bit comfortable. So I've still got to correct this head, it's not quite right. Also, the perspective is off because I've drawn this line coming down here to give the impression that you're seeing the front or the side, partial front of the, what are we calling this? Headpiece. But the line is too far back and it means that it's taking this angle out of whack. Because this looks like a side-on view, but this line would suggest that the perspective is of the birds turned a little towards us, which is from my reference photos happening, but this line is too much. And I think I've made this bill too long. I think it needs to be shorter. But when I shorten the bill, it looks like a duck and less like a chicken, right? But cassowaries are giving me chicken vibes. When I think chicken, it's like mentally I feel I can draw this. So I've got several, excuse me, I've got several reference photos just to pick up where the one isn't. And every time I look at these one's reference photos, the bill just looks, it looks too long and then it doesn't look long enough. So at some point I might have to throw in some artistic license. But yeah, alright. Let's get a going. Let's fix this line here, because I feel like this might be the beginning of the problem. Should I move you a little bit closer to me? We can do that. That is totally possible. Oh yeah, that's a good position, isn't it? I think have we found it? Have we found our perfect position? Oh Lord, I think we found it. I think this is it. God blimey. Okay, so I've got to figure out if this is going to be full on or just side on. And from my reference photo, it does look like my man is turned to the sideways, but I think from the angle of the way this photo was taken, it was above the cassowary, so you saw a lot of the top of the bill, which is where I'm getting a little confused. Also, this line needs to sweep back further. So let's play with that. But I think maybe I'm alright, you know, with the length of this bill. I think maybe I'm alright. I think I need to round this out a little bit and I need to draw this line back. So let's get a little bit of putty rubber and let's get going. Oh look, I found a perfect position. Ooh, okay, see? Gonna get better and better each time. No need to stress about your setup being as magical as some of the twitches you see on here. If you're just getting started, do what you can and allow yourself to naturally make mistakes and clarify. Mistakes are there to help you clarify. You need them. If I didn't make mistakes during this stream a few days ago, wouldn't have gotten to the point where I've got you in pretty much perfect position. See, we need that. That's how I think. That's how I think that you like having that perspective on starting new projects. That that mantra of I want to make the mistakes, like I need to make the mistakes, I really think that that's another step in lowering imposter syndrome and lowering failure, or at least lowering oh, that's a oh, happy with that line. Mitigating your risk of failure if you just allow yourself to make the mistakes, like have that be part of the process. I think again that comes with time. I know that years ago, like in my teens, someone had said to me, "You gotta make the mistakes, Shan. You gotta make them. You gotta make the mistakes. You gotta make the mistakes because it's in the mistakes that you grow." I'd be like, "What? Fuck off." I'd be like, "Fuck off. You gotta make the mistakes, Shan. You gotta get it wrong to get it right." I'd be like, "Look, first of all, who are you? Who are you, you creepy voiced bitch? Why are you talking to me about mistakes? How do you know me? Where are you? Where are you?" But it's true. Like, I'm not one of those individuals who say you should be happy when you fail, right? Because that just doesn't feel good. And it doesn't feel real to say. But what I do is I allow myself room to make initial mistakes. And I show myself compassion in the process. That is what I do. That is something I'm practicing, getting better and better at that. Not perfect yet. I'm getting there. I'm liking the curve of this neck. I actually think it's more pronounced like that. Okay, so now that makes sense, isn't it? It's starting to look like it make a bit of sense. So this line sweeps down here. Can I just... You know what? That warm-up pig is really helping. It's really helping me right now. There's something that my eye and my hand are having arguments about. It's because I think from my reference photo, I can't quite work out if this is just... There's a line here, and I can't work out if it's the mouth or if it's just a fold in the beak. I don't really want to put much artistic license on it if I can figure it out, but... So I know this is wrong because there's not enough room. Whoops. And I don't really want to use the rubber too much. I'm not trying to make committed lines, but it's really hard. Like, the urge for me to just start going in and putting detail in is so strong. It's so strong right now. I am resisting all my natural urges. There is going to come a point where I'm going to tell myself that we have gotten as much of this bird as we can. We've captured as much of the bird as we can, and I'm gonna live with the errors that I can see in this, and that it's time to start putting in detail. Because that is exactly what happens. I'll work on something for a while, trying to capture it, and then there's a moment where I'm like, you've done enough now. It is what it is. Really and truly. I like that moment because it's a sense of freedom. Like I've freed myself from perfectionism. I've freed myself from it, and I'm looking forward to it. It's coming soon because I'm just like, you could be like enjoying yourself, putting in all the detail. And sometimes in the detail that you put in, you sometimes find the lines you couldn't find. But normally it's just one or two things that you need to capture in order to get the feel of the subject, as opposed to, like, I'm not trying to do a photorealistic sketch of this bird. I'm just trying to make it look like a cassowary and then have some fun putting in detail to really capture the, I don't want to say meanness, but I want to say meanness of this bird. Is so mean looking, man. And I know that the key things that I need to have in this picture, in this illustration, key to this illustration is the sweep and the slope of the, are we calling it a horn? No, headpiece. Of the headpiece, the curve of the neck and the eye, and part of the bill. Once I've got that, I'm alright. Everything else can be a little bit wonky tonks. You know what I'm saying? If I get this eye right, we're good. The eye is flipping big. And then it's got this weird ear here. It's like, it's so weird. It's like it doesn't matter how much space I give it. It's just there never seems to be enough space for it. I need to make the horn bigger. I need to make this bigger. Let's play around with that. Oh, excuse me. I needed to make the horn bigger. Excuse me. I'm gonna allow myself a little artistic license here because I know I'm not that much off, but it still doesn't feel like my head is big enough for the space that is needed for this weird ass ear. It doesn't feel like I've left enough room for it. Then when I leave enough room for it, it feels like I've left too much room. That looks like too much. It feels like too much room now. I'm gonna allow for a little artistic license here. So is there anything you're feeling behind on? Is there anything that you feel like you should be further in doing, but you can't quite get it to move as fast as you want it to? Been feeling that way about my well, to be fair, I've been feeling that way about about my company for years. I always feel like when I think about how long it's taken me to get this really small collection of women's wear completed, I cringe sometimes because I'm just like, rah, time is just moving. And you haven't got it done yet. But then I try and show myself compassion because Shan has been through a hell of a lot. And to even get to this point where I'm sitting here twitching with you is deep. And I need to remember that whether I feel it or not, I am constantly moving forward. That is definitely something that I think that I use the wrong measuring tape for. I measure things I can see as the distance of like how far away I am from accomplishing the thing I want. It's not things, it's feelings. So if I think about how I was feeling about myself 2 years ago, God blimey, even like 3 years ago, I'm so much more aware. I take so much more time in trying to understand my own feelings. I take so much more time listening to my instincts, showing myself real care and attention and compassion. Compassion is a practice. It's a practice. It doesn't come naturally. It's a practice. But there's just things that I have to remember, and that everything happens when it's supposed to happen, and that's because of me. But sometimes, it just feels like you're watching everybody else. They're just moving forward, and you just think like, can I just bring like one big like electrical surge into my life? Is it possible to bring like one big electrical surge in my life and just jumpstart shit, Can I just jumpstart some shit? Need some shit to take place. No, I get it. That's how I just be feeling. Just need a jumpstart. Just let me get this thing going, But you know what's interesting? I had an appointment on the day that I did my first Twitch. I had an appointment which, from things that were said to me at that appointment, spiraled me into a very low place. It triggered me. And I was feeling so twisted inside and a low sense of control. And I felt very, didn't know what to do with myself. I felt a bit useless in that moment. And I could feel this energy of frustration boiling up inside me. And I didn't know where to put it. There was no place for it. I just wanted to kind of like, could feel it. And something in my head said, oh, let's draw this out. Let's pick up the sketchbook. Let's start drawing. Let's draw. This feels like, let's draw. I don't know, that was what was repeating in my head. I am definitely someone who advocates sitting in your feelings and allowing it to organically wash over you. But I'm also equally an advocate for listening to your instincts. And I was like, this feels like something that I need a little art therapy for. So I decided I was going to draw, and then I said to myself, hey, let's stream this. And if it wasn't for that feeling and the things that were said to me during that day, I don't know if I would have streamed on Twitch, because I really thought you had to have a more advanced setup. I didn't know you could stream on your mobile phone. I did not know that. That was a big surprise to me. This is giving me jip, this bit. Oh, yeah. So, giving myself a little bit of artistic license here, but you know, end of the day, if the line ain't right, the line ain't right, you know? Oh, that might be it. This line here is giving me problems. Might come back to that in a little bit. I want to get it not perfect, but I need my eyes to understand it before I can start shading. But I'm aware that if I keep rubbing out too often, the paper's going to kick up. It's starting to get a bit. So if you find this stream and you're watching the replay, go ahead and leave me a message in the chat room. You can tell me which video you watched, whether you enjoyed it. You can also drop me a link if you were streaming on Twitch. I can come find you, check out what you're doing. I'm very much liking the freedom on, oh, shit, did not mean to do that. There you go. I'm very much enjoying the freedom to be spontaneous on here. Like one of the things that I feel stuck about, one of the many things I feel stuck about is my YouTube channel, and because of my spinal problems and having flare-ups, I haven't been able to get my videos out edited and out, and I think Twitch offers me a wonderful sense of spontaneity which really feeds into my personality. Like, I like the idea that I don't have to plan when I'm coming on here. I can just jump on when I feel like it. But I do know, much like anything that you want to be successful at, a certain level of consistency is required. And I have been watching streams where people are like, okay, see you next Tuesday. And I'm like, yo, I don't really have that kind of lifestyle when I can see you next Tuesday. I like feeling like, oh, you know what? Let's jump on the old Twitch. I like that very much. And on YouTube, right, you can't stream on your phone if you are below a certain amount of subscribers, which is bummy, because I've tried streaming on YouTube before, and it was simple, but you got to use another app. You got to use another app on your phone to download. Not to download, sorry. To stream on your phone. Okay, so I know this isn't perfect. This is way too wide, but I am going to stick with it because I'm ready to put in detail. I also have to change my pencil because I spoke about this in the other stream, the previous stream. Staedtler pencils be driving me crazy. With that mechanism inside that doesn't want to hold the pencil after a while. But I was on CASSORARY today looking for technical pencils because I watched a stream yesterday. I cannot remember this woman's name of the stream I was watching, and she was using what looked like a technical pencil. She specializes in graphite pencil, kindred spirit of mine. So I was like, oh, she was talking about Pentel, having a little line of them. So I went over to CASSORARY to have a look because I think even though I'm a loyal fan, like I'm loyal to brands that I've been, you know what I mean, to art brands, because I've been buying certain brands since I started off in art. When I don't know, I've been drawing since I was a tot, but like let's say from GCSE art. Let's say from GCSE. I started drawing before GCSE, but let's say GCSE. So what's that, like 12, 11 when you start primary school, secondary school? So a lot of the materials that I use were introduced to me back in the early days of my studying, and I've just continued with it. I've continued with those things, you know what I mean? So that's when I go and buy materials, I buy the things that I was told I should use or recommended, and that should be expensive. So like my technical pencils, Staedtler's been like a long-term brand in my art supplies. I love Staedtler rubbers, and used to use technical pencils when I was studying CDT at school. We never used Staedtler as far as I know, but I started drawing with technical pencils when, after seeing an illustrator called, come on Sean, you can remember her name, Sandra Diekman, and she was doing a sketch of a crow and she was using a Staedtler pencil, and I was like, I have never sketched with my Staedtler pencil. I've used technical pencils for drafting patterns and doing architectural illustrations, never actual sketching figures and shit, animals and shit, never. And after I saw that, I was like, I liked the quality of her sketch, and I thought, ooh, let me have a look at that, see if I can do it. And it has a really lovely quality for doing fur. Like if you do light scratches on the paper, suddenly, you can see that, right? Suddenly, let me do it a bit heavier. Suddenly you've got fur. And I was like, oh, it's so gestural. Like, it's so quick and gestural to do fur. So I was like, I'll get on that. And I haven't looked back. I haven't looked back. Alright, so let's do it. Let's start putting some detail in this. Let's start giving this bird a voice. As per usual, I'm going to start with the eye, which I shouldn't do. Whenever I start with the eye, I get a bit lost in the eye. I like to leave the eye as the last bit just because I know how frustrated I can get, and I will go in on that eye. But hey, these just for fun, so it's alright. It's alright, just for fun. Okay, so I gotta make these eyes. Oh, do you know what I just noticed? On this other reference photo of CASSORARY, it's got that little red bit that chickens have under their chin. So this is I'm not saying it's a chicken, but chicken? I'm not sure how to do the feathers on here, how I'm gonna approach the feathers, because it's not fur. Oh, I gotta find a shape. I don't know what shape to use for the feathers. I might need to find another reference photo. Oh, I got 2 CASSORARY pages. They look so much like chickens, it's unreal. I am getting hungry. Oh, you know what? Okay, this makes sense. So I'm looking at this blue bit because cassowaries have this blue bit going of the neck, and I'm thinking, oh, feathers. No, it's just scrawny neck skin. It's gathered up neck skin just like a turkey. So, oh, I thought this is why I love doing studies of animals, because you really this one reference photo that's not, it's not complimentary to this bird. Like, you really get to know the animal when you do studies of it. And it's like, all this time I thought that was feathers, and I'm here like, what do I do? And it's not, it's just scraggled up neck skin. I don't know how to draw scraggled up neck skin, so let's find a reference. Oh wow, it's just proper bareback veiny neck skin. Raw. That is amazing that their skin can have so many iridescent colours going through it. That's quite beautiful. I don't know how to draw veiny neck skin. It's got like this, like, I don't know. Oh, blimey. I thought I was picking something. No. I thought I was picking. Okay. So I'm going to treat it like a chicken. I got a close up here. I'm going to treat it like a chicken. So it's more kind of, I don't know. It's more kind of, I don't want to say it's disgusting. I don't want to say it's disgusting, but it's disgusting. It's not disgusting. It's just like, it's deep. It's skin be deep. I don't know how to do the skin bit. I wasn't prepared to do scrawny neck skin. So this is not really a smooth line. This is more of a, I was not expecting this. So this is really just a line going down the body, and then the color changes. Oh, I think I might have it, peeps. Just gonna do some gestural lines. But it does go into like this long bush, like this proper bush of feathers. It's like it's wearing a coat. Okay, I don't know about you. I have a very vivid imagination, but I can imagine a cassowary walking down the catwalk. My brain. Okay, so I'm going to put a few. But the feathers are so shiny and flat, like an emu. It's also got emu vibes going on. I don't know how to suggest feathers because it's sort of long. I don't know. We're gonna figure that out. We'll figure it out. Take your time. Nothing's beyond you. This line is more coming over like that. And then it comes out, the feathers come out over the scrawny neck skin. No lie. It's been nice drawing out my feelings. I feel a sense of ease now. So much tension in my body. I feel more ease, which is nice. I don't always feel like drawing when I'm tense like that, but this was so strong. I was like, yeah, it's what we're supposed to do. I also think maybe one of the problems here is I've made possibly the neck too long. Because I'm looking at my reference photo and I look at it and I'm thinking, oh, it should be shorter. And then look back at mine and I'm like, but it still looks proportioned. So I'm gonna bring this line back a little bit. This scrawny neck skin line, just a little bit. And I'm gonna push it outwards and do that. I'm still thinking about that guy swindling all that money out of women. Tell you what, I've met some nightmare men on those dating apps, and it just makes me, I feel fortunate that I never got wrapped up with someone like that. I've met some proper like Egypts. Proper Egypts. Like, you do feel like you're on there for one reason, and those men are on there for another reason. And you can't blame the app because it's not the app's fault. But I think that for some men, having that much access to women so easily, I think it brings out the worst in them. I think it just brings out the worst in these guys. This black bit goes all the way over the eye, I think. Scrawny neck skin. Do not know how to draw a scrawny neck skin. I'm a little bit disappointed, not gonna lie, that those are not feathers going down the neck. I was really looking forward to getting like deep into feathers, but I've got a illustration that I did. Oh, donkeys, not like maybe 2000. It's hard to know. You want to say 2 years when you think back on time, but because of 2020, you just forget that whole year. So I want to say I did it about maybe 2018, 2019, and where I got with it, I was gonna leave it there and just be like, okay, it's partly unfinished. That's it. That's part of the style of it. And I do like doing that. I don't like to put a ton of detail into things. I do like that feeling of only putting as much information as, you know, the viewer's eyes needs in order to register the shape of what you're trying to create. Like, you don't need to put all that information in. The human brain and the human eye are amazing, and they don't need all that information to be able to work out what they're looking at. But I might work on it a little bit on a stream. It was just the feet, really. It was just the feet. I was like, do I want to do the feet? Do I like it the way it is? You know? It is. You know, it might work well as a linear drawing, you know, rather than putting too much detail in here. Just enough. The bill is still not quite working for me. I'm still having a few issues on this bill. Also think that maybe I made this image a little too small, so it's too small to really go in on, because that is a thing. I feel like my guy's a little too friendly. Oops, I think I might have done it. I think I can see it now. I think I might have done it. I think I might have found the lines. Yeah. I think I might have finally be able to see what I'm looking at. I think I might have made this bill slightly too long, but when I shorten it here, it looks like a duck in it. It looks like a duck when I shorten it here. I feel like it needs the length. Oh wait, hold on. I think. No, it feels too short now. Do you know what I mean? It feels too. Something is not right here. I can't get this little piece here. I'm just leaving all these pencil marks everywhere. It's starting to look a bit grimy. Starting to look a bit grimy. Starting to look a bit grimy. I might need to bring a little bit more confidence here. Come on, Shan. Let's get some more confidence in here. Starting to get a bit grimy. Didn't mean to sing that. How is this bill eluding me? Huh? Huh? It is though. It's eluding me. Let's push this back a bit. There's a definite slope and it comes upwards. Right, pretty happy with her. This comes up. Oh, this might be it, people. Oh, bit messy, isn't it? Bit messy. Okay. I'll get it because I always do. But and then I get it and I'm like, oh. This bit here I'm cool with. This bit here I'm cool with because that's part of the craggy neck. It's just here. It's just this bit of the. I don't want to keep rubbing out. This bit here. I don't want to make any commitment lines either. I don't know, peeps. Might have to leave this for another night. This might be one of the ones that we come back to later. I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. All here is dark and black. I might just leave it as this line. And I told you I'm not looking for perfection. Sometimes you gotta go away from things. But also, the, oops, the, don't know why I can't get this. It has like a little blunt bit at the end. I'm gonna go with that. It's not completely correct, but I'm gonna go with that because I'm cool. I also know that I'm going to want to move on and do something else at some point. So I have to reach a point with this where I say, okay. Like the other night, after I stopped streaming, I went on to draw a giraffe and I took an age to get the lip right. But once I got that lip right, everything else fell into place. I was like, yeah, it's a giraffe, I can see it. I just, with this, I think I don't know. I'm gonna move on to something else. But also, I like it quite linear. So I don't think I'm going to be doing much shading on here, to be honest with you. Cancel that. It's quite dark. Almost wished I had done this upside down so I could get some of that green going through the craggly neck. Alright, let's go in and darken up this eye. I'll need to got a piece of paper here. Am I using that? No. I'm thinking? I'm thinking no color to the beak. Thinking like making things too dark is a bit overkill, and the beauty of this is that it's linear. And I also think I went a little bit too hard on pronouncing the feathers. I think I did that a little bit out of desperation. Just a touch. I'm gonna take these away and just make the emphasis the head. And the way to do that is to take away some of this neck. I've put in way too many lines. I've been a little bit too heavy-handed with these lines. It needs to be suggestive. And that way it keeps the focal on the head. Now I do have pencil all over this paper, so I'm gonna do something to gesture feathers, but I'll keep it light. That is a line that is in all of them, so this line here where the colour of the neck changes. So I'm going to put that line in because it's quite important. But we're just going to gesture things. We're going to gesture. And I think making that bill dark doesn't help this. I know I've done it and most of the pencil is on it, but most of the time in life it's about understanding how to correct your mistakes. That's what makes you a professional. Knowing that you don't have to start something all over again. You just have to correct certain lines or move certain elements. Okay. So I'm going to put these lines back in softly. Get my reference again. Let's not draw what I want to see, let's draw what I can see. I think a little bit of the problem here is the bill is too straight because the neck is curved and curved upright. It just makes sense that the bill, the opening of the mouth would also be slanted. You know what I'm saying? But because it's not slanted, that's why I think I'm having the problem. And it's not to say on my reference it's not slanted, you know. I'm just now thinking of that, and I think it's curved. It's a bit of an illusion here. I think the line is slightly curved and then it comes back down. And then this bit from here, that curves too. And it gives it a little hump. And then on here, this has a bit of a hump like that. Yeah, I am happy to make that what I see. This line is too long. I just feel like sometimes I feel like I'm making it too long. Going with that line. Going with everybody? Okay, here there's 3 different like whether it goes looks so much like a chicken, it's unreal. I think I might end it there. In all seriousness, I think I've gone as far as I can go with a sketch this small. I really feel like this needs more space for me to add some more detail. So I think I will come back and do a cassowary. Oh, that's right. I will come back and do a cassowary, but I feel like I need to study this boy a little more, because there's so many things going on in the face that I am tripping up on, and it's literally because I haven't had enough time to study this bird. That's just how I roll. And I will come back, but I think I've done enough. I'm quite good with that. Also, I have to deal with the fact that this is skin, and that is weird for me, and that it has veins coming down its neck. So gross. And it's got like weird, I mean, it's beautiful, but it's got like markings, very distinct markings on certain parts of its body. I think I'm good. I really would like something here. But I'm going to keep this linear, take this heavy line out. Keep it as a linear drawing. Way too much detail. Considering I've got this big splash at the back, I think I'm doing too much. If this was a blank piece of paper, different. I will revisit a cassowary. I'm actually tempted. Come back on here and stream, do another cassowary. Really learning as much as I can about this bird, because I feel like I'm not quite doing it justice. But for a first attempt, not bad. I think also you've got to know what to include and what not to include. Enough lines so you can get that kind of like weird harshness of the bird, but not so many lines that it stops making sense when you look at it. And that is what I've done, and I think it's because I really and truly wanted to play with this. I wanted to play with this so badly. I wanted to do all the feathers and shit, and I haven't been able to do that. So what I'm gonna do is just be really distinctive with this line. I'm good with that. I really think that the skin threw me off. That's better. I think it's just a case of like, we're just gonna suggest. I've got really good back support tonight, like really good. It's hard to know what to do when you're gesturing because you're just trying to, you're trying to put a certain amount in. Oops. Gonna finish up here. Can't do that. Mine's too messy. Looking good. I like it. Now that I've let go a little bit, I like it. God, this heat is either like boiling hot or like preciously cold. There's no in between. Quite like that. I liked it. It got better as I started to let go and stopped being so controlled over it. I don't think I've ever drawn an animal wanting so much for it to have feathers before. Yeah, I like this one. Got there in the end. My eyes are dried out. So dried out from all this radiator heat. Alright, and put some white dots in the eyes and then we're going to call this a day. See if I can even get white dots in the eye. Press so hard with this pencil on here. That's the best I can do at the moment, I think, in all honesty. Let's go back to this reference photo for a moment. There is this big bulby thing, then the eye is really dark around here. It's really dark up here. Really dark over this crooky bit of the eye here. It gets a little bit. Ah. It's alright, come on, alright, that's right. Yeah, I'm calling time on it. I'm calling time on it. Cassowary. Is this a chicken? We don't know. I like it. Now you look at your things and you're like, I could just do one extra line here. But yeah, I'm good with that. I'm going to come back to cassowaries because I feel like a cassowary study could be helpful. had any dinner tonight, and I'm gonna treat myself to some dinner. I'm gonna treat myself to some dinner. Yeah, I'm gonna jump back on Twitch at some point with another challenge. Another challenge. Let me glad I found a good position for this camera. Hold on. I'm just making sure my background's alright while I talk to you. So let me bring you up so you can see me. Hello, 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 hello. Whoa. Oh, there I am. I can see myself on camera. I'm a little bit knackered. Let's have a look. Am I good on camera? I'm just looking at you on my laptop. Yes. My eyes are dry because the heat rises in the studio, but it doesn't fall below waist level. So it's cold down here. Like I'm cold down here, but I'm warm out here. My eyes are dried out. But I enjoyed that. I enjoyed doing the CASSORARY. I think it got a lot better once I calmed down and I relaxed and I stopped being so what's the word I'm looking for? When I stopped being so needing of it to look not perfect, but of it to look I think maybe perfect is the word I'm looking for in it. I just let go. And I like it. It looks good. I think the CASSORARY is definitely worth doing on plain paper, so I can get a little bit more detailed around here. But the thing is, right, what this doesn't offer me, what the CASSORARY doesn't offer me is feathers. And I like creating texture with my pencil, and I can't do it with a CASSORARY. And so as much as I want to do a CASSORARY again, I'm just like, it would be more to get a better handle on the shape of the headpiece and to get this bill done right. But all of this is like nasty chicken skin. All of this is nasty chicken skin, and like my hands don't know. I've never really drawn chicken skin before, so like my hands don't know how to handle it, and I need a really good reference in order to do it. But yeah, it's okay. I can see on the monitor that you can see all of it. It came out okay. What I think's nice about it is all the different textures. How I would do it again, I would blow this up a little bit bigger, and I would take just part of the bird and maybe just have like half the face. But either way, I like it. It's one for the mantelpiece. And I look forward to coming back on here and doing another challenge. Maybe tomorrow. I'm thinking about having a week of art where I just not do anything else, like work-wise, and just have a week where I just create art for a week. As I'm saying it to you, my skin feels all nice. I can feel like a wash of relief coming over me because I like the idea of like how I'm gonna be in a week's time compared to now. Yeah, my body says do it, so probably it might be a week of art. Anyway, bye for now. I gotta eat. I'm hungry. And I've got one more almond slice to go. If you want to find some of my videos, if you want to know, find out more about me, you can go over to Chantal Bancroft on YouTube. You can find me on Instagram, but I'm kind of moving away from Instagram, so I'm tentative to share that with you. But if you type in Chantal Bancroft, I'll come up. And you can also reach out to me on Twitch if you want to. Talk about the stream, what you liked. And yeah. That's it, folks. Night, night. Now I've got to do that weird thing where I've got to end the stream. And it means I have to end the stream. Okay. Night, night.